What's going on, everybody? Welcome to week 4. We're essentially, halfway through the entire semester. So kudos to you that made it this far. We're looking at the early republic, the start of the 19th century. So we're going to go through Carnes chapter 5, the Federalist era nationalism triumphant. The Carnes chapter 6, Jeffersonian democracy. Start looking at Thomas Jefferson. Zinn chapter 5, My Kind of Revolution. And then Schweikart chapter 5, Small Republic, Big Shoulders, 1789 to 1815. Remember, we're not reading the entire Zinn or the entire Schweikart chapters of Patriots history and People's history. We're just going to have the snippets available to you to take a look at on just the announcements. So after you have those read, you're going to have 2 documentaries. Thomas Paine, the most valuable Englishman ever. It's a little dry, but that being said, this is the best thing we got out there for Thomas Paine. He's one of the most influential people. He's sort of like the hipster founding father, the cool kids talk about him. So I definitely want you to make sure you pay attention to that, as well as a documentary on the Louisiana Purchase. After you've done with those, you're going to have 2 discussion boards, one pretty standard, and the other one's going to be a little more fun. So make sure that you do both of those as well. And again, just to cut down any confusion, there's 2 questions this week. So that means you can have 2 responses per each question. So you should have 4 essential rebuttals on all of your forum discussion questions. So 2 for the first one, 2 for the second one. So I will be grading stuff a little later this week. I'll be out of town. I'll be out in South Carolina for a few days, just a heads up on that. But obviously you can reach me via email anytime you need me. Also, I made note of this, but just a reminder, I know we had some trouble, keeping all the information together, and I get that. In a 16-week class, it's a lot less to digest every week, but with it, being 8 weeks, we really hammer in a lot of stuff for you every single day. So to kind of help with that, I added up some PowerPoint projects. Do yourself a favor and just kind of look at the back. And at the end, there'll be, some milestones to look at and some review stuff to take a look at. The same thing for the chapters, too, for Carnes. Make sure you're looking at the end of the chapters. Kind of make sure you made all the major points, at least understood you at least a little bit. So that's available to you. Remember, as I mentioned already with these PowerPoint projects, not great. I didn't make them. They're pre-made for the book. And so they're not very stylish. So the aesthetic is not there, but the content is there for you. And it's also not going to cover the videos and the discussion forum questions. So make sure that you're still doing all the videos and all the other readings I'd like to have you do too. So if you need to, next week is going to be a big one. We have a quiz, a midterm, and your thesis is due. You don't have to wait until next week to get that thesis to me. People have already started asking me questions about it. By all means, reach out to me. Get started this week on the thesis. Have that done now, so you don't have to bombard yourself with a bunch of work next week. So that's pretty much it from my end. Hope everyone's staying safe and staying healthy. If you need anything, contact me via email. And again, I will be grading stuff, but it'll probably be later in the week till I can get to it. So hang in there, and we'll see you in week 5.